Penserei a una bella, non so, a un tonno con cipolla abbinato con un cerasole di vittoria.
So Sicily has of course a lot of different food characteristics. Giusto loves fish, and his rats are rats also for fish. So he would recommend tuna with onions with his cerasole di vittoria.
Oh, and how about yourself?
I think we are, you know, we are in we are in an alpine region, so we have a lot of deers.
Deers, wow.
Yeah. So and Teroldigo has also a good character. It would pair granato with a nice deer, or our nosiola with a risotto of. I don't know how to, with mushrooms, come si dice? Brise, porcini, I don't know how to say it in English.
Bravo.
It's a mushroom.
Are you allowed to kill deers and eat them?
Of course. Well, you can't go and hunt, but if you have a license, you can. And there are certain periods in the year you can find this. And we have beautiful deer, and we love to eat that.
Oh, amazing! Now, what would be the 3 key challenges for each of your wineries are going to face in the next 5 years?
Quali sono le sfide per COS nei prossimi 5 anni?
Ma, bella domanda. In effetti
Good question.
c'è una dinamicità anche in un'azienda, no? Nell'accettare una sfida internazionale ogni volta si allontana l'orizzonte, ma alla fine quello che forse è la sfida costante è quello di rappresentare al meglio il proprio territorio. In fondo un produttore di vino è anche un po' l'ambasciatore del proprio territorio e ci mette anche la faccia, e quindi quando uno mette la propria faccia in una sfida ha, come dire, questo scatto d'orgoglio è di quello di rappresentare sempre al meglio questa parte della mia terra.
So his goal in the next year is the goal he had since he started to make wine. And it's to showing the best parts of Sicily, of his soils and his microclimates, and in order to do that, you have to do something for it every day. It's a constant evolution. To innovate every day, yes.
In progress.
It's constant progress. Yes, I think for Foradori it's similar. I think we are also a winery which had a lot of history and a lot of evolution. Let's say the goal of our evolution was, since the beginning, since my mother started, we can say, was biodiversity, increased biodiversity. We started by recuperating the grapes, cuttings. We are going through biodynamics, and I think the path will go on. So our goal is, or I would say that our goal in future is to be closer to the forest, to have the biodiversity of the forest in our vineyards, and to be able to farm everything without bringing substances, chemicals from outside.
Now, isn't it true right now Europe is facing the economic crisis, and wouldn't that affect inflation, prices, because oil does affect the price of the wine?
Yes.
And so moving forward, how are you going to overcome the price hikes?
I think that
over the wineries.
I think that it's the right moment to really work on this idea of diversity and be self-sufficient. So in order to avoid problems due to crisis, we have to be self-sufficient. We have to be able to produce independently from things which are coming outside. So we don't want, also energetically, from all the sprayings and everything, we have to be independent. So I think the best thing to facing crisis in the future is to be self-sufficient, to be a living organism. Allora, adesso con la crisi, il prezzo dell'olio che sale, crisi in Europa, quali sono le reazioni o cosa dobbiamo fare per superare queste crisi, cosa deve fare il COS per superare queste crisi, noi come azienda, come ci posizioniamo in queste crisi.
Credo che uno dei pochi valori della crisi è quello di essere consapevoli di quello che uno fa, e forse serve anche a eliminare, non so, una parte di superficialità da parte delle aziende.
The good thing about the crisis is that we are conscious about what we are doing, and we are focused on what we are doing, and so we are able to eliminate things we don't have to do because we are forced to do that. But we should also be there and improve the quality of our wines.
In fondo quello che abbiamo fatto in questi ultimi 35 anni continuiamo a fare, cioè la qualità.
What we did the last 35 years in the wines for quality, we still
Ed è l'unico modo per superare ogni tipo di crisi, appassionare e fare con passione il proprio lavoro.
Now, your success story between two wineries, could you tell us what sort of strategies did you, for yourself, did your family adopt, and also your present leadership adopt in how you market your wines to the world, especially now you're in Asia?
Yes.
What kind of strategies would you be taking up to make it successful? Because I want to tell the other wineries and our viewers who are doing business in wines, and they also want to know, especially those who want to be distributors, what sort of criteria are you looking for?
So let's say we don't have a special strategy for Asia, but we have a fixed goal. We have a global strategy, and our strategy was and is to focus on local varieties. Really, we are very linked to one red wine variety, which is called Teroldego. We stop with all the international varieties. We really focus on this variety because it's the only thing which is really differentiating us from all other producers. If we make a cab in Trentino, I mean, there are much better cabs all around the world.
But what sort of marketing strategies do you use?
Marketing strategies, I think, to be present, to be physically on the market. We are not pushing our product. We are trying to understand the reaction of the consumer, and we try to bring out the message in a certain way that also an Asian consumer could understand it. Actually, in Asia we have a very strong market, which is Japan. On the other markets we are just beginning, but we see that what we did in the past in Japan maybe there are huge cultural differences, but we see that this soft strategy, we don't push the product, but we see the reaction of the consumer. We try to understand them, and then we try to communicate.
How long has your winery been doing business with Asia?
We started in Japan 17 years ago, 16, 17 years ago. Now we are selling wine in Singapore since 2007. We are in Hong Kong. We used to work in Korea, and these are our main markets.
And how about our friends?
Qual è la tua strategia in senso di marketing per il mercato asiatico e per la tua azienda?
Ma noi nel mercato asiatico a Singapore ci siamo da 1 anno e mezzo, in effetti.
COS started to sell wines in Singapore 1.5 years ago.
Di solito tendo ad affidare all'importatore, Bruno Vaillant è una persona d'eccezione in questo, alle strategie del mercato locale, in effetti. Il mio impegno è quello, come dicevo, di lavorare in azienda. Poco fa si parlava di crisi. In effetti, per chi lavora nella terra, dove il ciclo agrario, vegetale, non cambia mai, il concetto di crisi, che spesso è fatto di speculazione, di movimenti finanziari, è un po' distante, no? C'è questa... Poi in effetti la crisi c'è. Le strategie dal punto di vista commerciale, un'azienda come la nostra, che è piccola, no? noi esportiamo in 52 paesi.
To the very wrong punto. So just as saying, the marketing strategy is decided by the importer. So he says importer has to take care about it because he knows the market better. And his job is to make the wine and to be in the winery. But of course he knows that it's not sufficient for a winery today. He's exporting to 52 countries, and he's working very closely with the importers.
Credo che c'è un partner, un importatore e anche un partner dell'azienda. A lui affidiamo le strategie del paese. Noi ci limitiamo a lavorare bene in azienda.
The importer is also a partner, so for the sales part he's trying to work very closely to the importer. So, and all the strategies are decided by the importers. What he's trying to do is to focus on the strategy in the business and in the production.
Well, now, could you ask him, Mr. Giusto, how many restaurants has he been to? Because he's importing to 52 countries. That's a lot of countries to go to.
So in which range, like in his life?
I mean, in his entire life, how many restaurants has he been to in 52 countries?
Quanti ristoranti ti sei fatto in 52
Ma a me piace andare nei ristoranti dove si mangia la cucina del luogo.
He likes to go to restaurants where you eat local food.
E quindi in qualsiasi posto vado cerco di mangiare locale, no? Come mangia qualsiasi persona.
He's trying to eat local everywhere.
Da lì capisco un po' la trama e la cultura di un paese, altrimenti mi piace molto andare al mercato, no? Osservare cosa comprano le mamme per pranzo, come fanno la spesa.
And he also likes to go to the market in order to see what people are buying for everyday food.
Oh, really? So I'd like to ask, and how about yourself? I mean, I know that you haven't been in enough countries, but do you do the same as well? What do you do when you go to a local country?
I also try to discover the everyday life. Like it was beautiful when we arrived the first day here in Singapore. We didn't go to a super nice restaurant, but we also go, I can't remember the name, to this marketplace also, which is round where there are a lot of tables. And you can eat
those are like
street food. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I also try to understand and listen to people and to see how they live, what they do. So I think I perfectly agree with Giusto on this, because I mean we have also in the high gastronomy. The high gastronomy it's going to be very similar everywhere, but what's interesting for us, as it's also interesting, like in our case for the wines, is the diversity. So I don't want to go in mostly all the Michelin star restaurants have a quite similar cuisine, so it's also better for us to discover the local stuff.
Now let me ask Mr. Giusto, there is what's the strangest food you ever tried?
Cos'è la pietanza o il piatto più strano che hai mai mangiato?
Pairing with wine.
Bevendo vino.
Ma forse la cosa più impegnativa che ho mangiato è stato in Giappone, dove c'era un percorso da fare. E quindi preparare la bocca, le papille gustative a un percorso dal primo all'ultimo, e io ho cominciato dall'ultimo, quindi è stato, invece c'era una preparazione, come dire, gustativa in questo percorso, e quindi cominciando dall'ultimo piatto sono rimasto un po', come dire, scioccato, ma in generale ma erano dei brodi.
Okay, so once in Japan there was like a big plate with different
ristorantino
soups.
Nel mercato del pesce di Tokyo, alle 4 del mattino, quindi
Okay, so
quando un italiano è
it was-
abituato a
it was-
prendere un caffè e un
It
cappuccino.
was a restaurant in Tokyo at 4 in the mornings, and they were tasting of different soups with a certain order to respect. And he was like, he didn't know that it started by the last soup and did it in the in a different way, and it was very weird for him.
Sì, è anche,
And he didn't really know what was in the soup.
How about yourself? Have you tried any weird Singaporean food?
No, since now it was great, and it was
No complaint.
No complaint, and it was great.
Have you tried a durian yet?
No.
No, we must. Oh yes. Have you tried a durian?
però
Ha assaggiato durian, che è una pietanza giapponese. No, because we were always together, and we.
But this is the first time in Singapore.
Yes, also my
no,
first
no,
time.
the first time.
Your first time in Singapore. Oh, you must try the durian.
Durian.
If you come to Singapore, you must eat the
Okay,
durian.
we'll do that tonight.
But I must warn you, it will smell like a men's locker room, but the taste will be great. It's a very quiet taste. But if you can't stand that, then you should go for the durian pastries, especially the durian puffs.
Okay.
You can. I think it's a very few places you can find it. The durian puffs are cold, nice pastries. Probably a Google Park Hotel has it. That's one place you can go to. But I mean, you can ask around at the shopping malls. They will tell you where it is.
We'll do that.
Yeah, but
la ringrazio, grazie.
Thank you. Thanks for the tip.
No, però mi è venuta in mente una storia.
But it will go well with the wine. I can show you.
Ah, great.
Yes. No. But yes.
No, voglio raccontare. 10 anni fa ho fatto un giro in America per visitare un po' di clienti e mi sono trovato nel Nevada in una zona. Era un ristorante, credo Hawaii, una cosa del genere, uno dei pochi ristoranti indiani che hanno licenza di alcol.
Once he was in Nevada and he was in an Indian restaurant, well, so native Indian restaurants. It was one of, and they can have a license for alcohol, which is very seldom.
Un ristorante stupendo che è a sbalzo su un canyon.
It was a restaurant on a canyon.
Molto bello. E non sapendo niente, nel tè c'era una serie di serpenti in brodo.
There was soups with a lot of snakes.
Snake in brodo.
Snakes.
E mi hanno chiesto di accompagnarlo con dei vini.
And they asked him to make a
E
pairing
quelli è stato
with the
forse.
wine.
Quelli è stato forse la cosa più
How does it feel like? Have you tasted the snakes yourself?
Assaggiato anche serpenti, erano buoni.
Sì, è un po' come un'anguilla.
It's a little bit like
Anche se
no.
è più speziata, con dei brodi un po'
You
speziati.
know the fish, the snake.
Eels.
Yes, exactly.
Eel.
Similar to
Però
Okay.
la prima volta mi succedeva di abbinare un vino con dei serpenti in brodo.
But it was a great pairing, and it was his first pairing, snakes.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Has he been to China yet?
So you just up in China?
No, solo in
Oh,
Giappone.
yeah.
No, I've been to China, and
How was it?
It was great, and we had also some. I think there was nothing extreme, and I didn't have.
Nothing exotic.
Yeah, well, for us Europe it's exotic, but we didn't eat.
Okay, you have to try.
But I had in China, I had a pairing with a Chinese kind of Chinese wine, and they macerate the ear of a donkey and the male part of how do you say it?
The horns.
No. The part of the male of
Cow?
of a cow in the wine, and I didn't realize what it was not that bad, but after they told me it was a bit weird, and we had it with a carp, but the carp was fine.
Now, what advice would you give? You know, I mean, from a perspective of the founder of the winery himself. You know, could you give us 3 key lessons on first? 3 key lessons on how someone who wants to start a winery, you know, how they should go about, and what lessons he has learned starting a winery, and also establishing, you know, a cross-cultural business overseas. That would be the 3 points I'd like to hear from him from his own perspective. And for yourself, I mean, your family has prepared, because you come from a different generation,
Mhm.
and you come from a generation where your family has established a very long heritage and culture, and you are the fifth generation, and they have actually prepared the successor, that someone like yourself. We want to get your perspective as a successor. What is the success? Three keys to success in having someone and choosing someone to succeed you in the next generation, and also three key lessons on how an expat like yourself, a foreign company, could establish contacts, with Asia and the world.
Allora, per te la domanda è tre principi che tu, o le tue idee che dai a qualcuno che vuole aprire una winery che ha la tua filosofia in un'altra parte del mondo, che vuole iniziare una winery, un'attività nel vino in generale. Tre principi.
Uno è la scelta dei vini, e quindi scegliere quelle aziende che rappresentano davvero il territorio e che non...
No, uno che vuole fare vino, scusa.
Ah, vuole fare vino?
Cioè, i tuoi tre principi per creare un'azienda come la tua, o simile, o con la tua filosofia.
Una è quella dell'analizzare il territorio e capire quelli che sono i terreni vocati per la vigna, e quindi controllare l'esposizione.
First principle, understand the environment and the land where you are, so understand the soils and the microclimates in order to find the right varieties to plant.
Di scegliere un vitigno che sia il più possibile legato a quel territorio.
Try to find a variety which is linked, or which is already in this area, which has a strong connection with the area you go.
Fare esprimere la frutta senza uso di chimiche nella terra.
And don't use systemics or chemicals in order to farm.
Osservare molto le piante.
Look carefully to the plants and to everything is growing on this piece of land.
E poi avere grande curiosità, no?
And be curious.
Curiosità e passione per il proprio lavoro, il resto verrà da solo.
Be curious and have passion for what you do, and the rest will come.
And how about yourself?
Well, I'm finishing my studies. I start to work in the winery, so I'm the new generations coming in. I think the first years you have to listen, to look a lot. Don't be too, you have to listen and learn first of all. But then, and I see it also in our winery made a lot of changements. We change a lot. We don't change because because of reasons of fashion. We change because we are people who are, I think my family and also my mom are people who are self-critic about the work. So be self-critic and be also able to change. So I think I have also to do that. First I have to learn, then I have to be critic on my work, and then I have to have the courage to change, to be better. Things I didn't do so well, or things we don't do so well in the past. And we did this. My mom is, I think, is a great example about that. He started in the 90s to make certain wine. He be aware that it was not the right way, and she has not the fear to change. And in wine, which is a very traditional business, you don't have to fear to change. You have to change if you feel and if you know that you're not going in the right direction.
Now, there's one thing I need to ask you, and this is very important. For Mr. Gisto and also for your family, I noticed that in Europe, you seem to be able to adopt active aging work-life balance. you know, you're still active, you're still strong, and Asians here, especially Southeast Asia, they want to learn one particular secret from the Italians. You know, how do you keep yourself actively active while you're aging? I mean, look at him. You know, he's
young.
Yeah.
But I think
But he's strong. And what's the secret? Is it part of the culture in the Italian that you don't seem to give up?
Yeah, but you in
retirement?
Asia, you are also aging very well. I think we have also to learn a lot from your culture. No, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I just think people trying to learn.
Sto chiedendo che in Europa, specialmente il Sud Europa, l'Italia, abbiamo la capacità di invecchiare, nel senso invecchiare ed essere poi fisicamente attivi in una maniera straordinaria. Che secondo me più che altro l'Asia sono più bravi loro.
Ma infatti mi
chiedendo
colpisce
perché.
questo complimento perché ho sempre pensato il contrario.
He's wondering also because he was thinking that in Asia he was thinking about the contrary. So in Asia you are much better in being balanced and age well compared to Europe.
Personalmente ho una certa difficoltà a dare l'età di una persona, no? Lei, Robin, potrebbe avere 30 anni, 28 anni, come potrebbe avere 50 anni. Non riesco
So
a...
for him it's very difficult when he goes to Asia. I mean, me too, especially with women. It's difficult to give an age because you age so well. He said, you Robin, you can have 28, you can have 50 years. He's not sure.
No, but then how do you live a good active aging life? You know, is it through exercise, diet? I mean, is it got to do with climate? Because I think because we are living in the equator, it's different. It's really really hot. You see.
Ah, ok.
Yeah.
Perché lui sta parlando più di qua, che stanno vivendo dove, all'equatore dove fa molto caldo. Qual è la dieta italiana, forse mediterranea, che ci fa
Mediterraneo, olio di oliva.
Mediterranean food, olive oil?
Credo l'aspetto vegetariano lo trovo straordinario in qualsiasi parte del mondo.
And also the vegetarian aspect, so
Molte verdure
a lot of
e
vegetables
poca carne.
and not a lot of meat.
Ah, so let's make
Good.
more vegetables
E olio di oliva.
produce.
Olio di oliva.
And olive oil.
Yes, of course, olive oil. Well, once again, well, thank you for joining us here at the National Critics' Choice. Mr. Giusto and also Mr. Emilio, both wonderful wineries that we have presented here on our show. And thank you for joining me here at the National Critics' Choice Online News, the Steinberg Review. I'm Robin Steinberg. Have a good week ahead. And now that we've learned what biodiversity is all about, and also how important it is to succeed in life while making great wine. Once again, have a good week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
So sorry. It's a good. I hope it's a good conversation.
No.
Oh.